Hello everyone, I'm Guildmaster Dan, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. Now, last time we left off, I had to run all the way back to Corneria, and get healed up because Wizzy died. But we did that, we got him healed up, and it's time to continue our quest to find some place on this continent of significant value. So let's go ahead and continue the journeys of Gob the Imp Slayer and his companions, the supposed Light Warriors. Alright, we're fighting some wolves. Alright, and we did figure out what Ruse did last time. What it does is it makes it easier for the white mage to dodge. It does not work on everybody, but it does. Oh. Apparently I was supposed to use a tent before I started recording again. Okay. Well, alright, that's okay, because tents will heal, heal our HP too, so hopefully the wolves don't slaughter us. Okay. Okay, and it's not that bad so far, 1 damage here, 9 damage there, not that bad. Okay. Oh, so I realized in I think the first or the second episode of this, I started to talk about something, and then I forgot what I was talking about. Yes, Gob! Slay more than simply imps, you can slay wolves! Alright, so, I was talking about something, and Wizzy does not have any spells left. Come on, man. Get it together! Alright. Ha! Only one. Ha! Come on, you're gonna miss them too. Yeah. Right. ADD. Focus. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're not thinking anyway, we're really just playing. But yeah, so, let's see. What other things about Final Fantasy are similar to Dungeons and Dragons? Well, okay, I remember now. See how my mind works? It takes something completely separate to get me thinking about what I want to talk about. Back in the first episode, alright. It's a good thing I'm going to be using a tent after this. Back in the first episode, I briefly talked about, managing your spell charges is just like, managing spells per day in Dungeons & Dragons. Well, when I thought about that, it made me wonder, it's obvious that, Final Fantasy, got away from its, tabletop roots, and, as it picked up its own, video game-centric, conventions. Well, ooh, nicely done, nope! And, it got away from using those spells, and it picked up, say, magic points, because, for a setting that... Oh, 30 gold? Found 30 gold buried in the guts of those wolves. So, I mean, magic points make sense... Oh, wait. Tent. Magic points make sense and don't have a tent. Yay. Alright. This may be harder than I thought. Okay. Do I have any... I do have a cure left. Okay, so this may be rougher than I thought. Let's hope that there's a city nearby. Alright, onward. So... Oh, good! Ogres! Big pink ogres with earrings! Hey! Okay, oh god. Alright. So, alright. We're gonna focus all of our attacks on one, in the hopes that we can do enough combined damage to take one out, so we don't have to worry about big hits like that, because I only have 2, healing items. So, it's a calculated risk if I take out one of the ogres, and, there's, useless only 5 damage. Oh, great. And there's... Yes! Tell me it killed him. Tell me it terminated him. Oh, yay! Okay. It's a calculated risk. We'll get Wizzy started on the other one. So anyway, what I was saying was, you know, I understand why Final Fantasy went to magic points, because, yes, good. And, you know, Lenny's miss is only so nice. Okay, I will get to talk about this before this video is over. I'm sorry, I'm focused because I don't want to die. Okay, so I get why Final Fantasy went to magic points, because for a medium that is so concerned with instant gratification, that's much simpler to manage than managing your spells per day. Because admittedly, even though that goes back to Dungeons and Dragons, that can be tedious if you think about it from that mindset of, you know, that like, for example, right now, how I'm out of spells, I either need a tent or I have to get to a town. Now that instills a good sense of agency and importance in a Dungeons and Dragons game. It kind of gets you, like, you know, you only have so much power to draw off yourself a day before, you know, you need to rest. In a video game, you know, that kind of that breaks up your immersion, that slows your flow, that you have to keep going back to town like that. And it just, I found it interesting that, I understand how that happened in JRPGs, but in actual RPGs, I've never seen that before. You know, I've never seen a tabletop RPG use magic points. I mean, because if you think about it, it's just an arbitrary number that represents your internal, essentially your internal battery of magic. You know, how much power you can draw from yourself. The same way, health points is just an arbitrary number to represent how alive you are. It's equally as 1 damage. Good job, Wizzy. Keep it up. It's equally as, I don't want to say pointless, but it's just as abstract. I mean, in the same way that I lost a hit point, what does that mean? Did I get a bruise? Do I have a cut? At what point is lost hit points equivalent to breaking an arm? You know, in the same way. Ooh, 390 gold. That's nice. That'll be nice when I get to a town. Anyway, oh yes! Yes, a town! Speaking of going and sleeping so I can get my spells back. Where am I? Does not tell me. Okay, hold on this. I will come back. You, blue person! Help! Okay, with what? Yes, I do need help. Ooh, Mohawk. Hey, Mohawk. This town has been invaded by pirates. Yay! We're fighting! Are they at the inn? Yes, I see you, Kitty. Yes, I would like to sleep and get... Hello, Kitty. I would like to sleep and get my spells back, so when I fight said pirates, you know, I don't die. Yes, I see you, Cat. Are you confused that I'm talking to the people at home? Or the people of the internet? Yes, lay down with Archie there. Yes, so you know, the dinosaur pillow friend here, his name is Archie. And yes, Dippy, I'm trying to record a video here. Hello, pirate! I am Bick, the pirate, and surprised I am that you scurvy dogs have the nerve to face me. Mates, get those landlubbers. Oh! 9 pirates! That's nice. Well, let's get to work. Gob, get in there and cut me a swath through those puny, pointy-headed pirates. Probably... I'm gonna use the ruse, because this is liable to be a rough fight, so... No, I still want to use the ruse. Alright, just in case, we'll have you attack the same guy Gob did. And you, just start... Let's see how many of them we can put to sleep. Alright. Easy to dodge, white mage. So she should be good for a bit. I don't know how strong these pirates are, but, you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So anyway, I haven't seen a lot of 1 damage. Okay, maybe they're not that bad. 23 damage turn. Alright, maybe they're not that bad. Right, well. Okay, anyway. So I haven't seen a lot of, you know, RPGs incorporate the magic points. I mean, ultimately, it achieves the same thing. You know, it's just an arbitrary stat for your player to know how much magic they can cast. And, you know, that's one convention from video games I don't think necessarily is all that bad. Because of its original intent of, you know, helping keep the flow in your game so you don't have to keep going back to town. That's not that bad. I mean, from a storytelling perspective, that's pretty helpful. And I get the whole, you know, you should have to go to town and get your gear, and the whole realism thing. I get that. But at the same time, when you're trying to instill realism in a game, and you're talking about how to make magic seem real, it's almost just as arbitrary of how you're gonna do it. So long as you do it in a consistent manner, mechanically, it should be fine. And that's just something interesting that I thought about. I've never seen that. I've never seen a tabletop RPG do that, and I wouldn't see a problem with that. I mean, I generally think of RPGs and video games, you know, really should their mentalities and the designs behind them should really be kept separate, just because they're two different mediums. Meant for two different... Alright, now that we've done that, I'll use up one of my lightnings, and we'll use on one of the guys back here who haven't been hit yet. I think he didn't fall asleep. But I want to save one lightning just in case Bick himself comes out. Anyway, so I generally think that the mentalities of design and play between role-playing games and video games should be kept separate, because they're both essentially they're both meant to do different things. For one thing, a role-playing game is all about, you know, the social aspect, and I'm not talking about being a multiplayer game like in video games. I'm talking about it's a party game. You sit down every week with, you know, your party of friends, and essentially you act and improv together. And you're doing essentially a party game. It's just that you're doing one. It's different than doing like a multiplayer game where you're achieving tasks together or against one another. There's a different mindset there, and when you try and use that same mindset for the other medium, doesn't always work. That's where Munchkins come from. They take the mindset of winning. That you get instilled in you as a player from video games and board games, and when you bring that to a medium where it's more about you're socializing with another person as another person, you know, it's apples and oranges. You're trying to eat an apple like you eat an orange. You're trying to cut off the peel, and, you know, unless you're using a potato peeler, that's kind of hard. I know. Kind of out there, but we're on our last pirate, so I guess I was a little worried for nothing. So let's see if Bick is going to come out after I kill his 9 pirates. Boom! Well done, Gob! Imp Wolf Pirate Slayer! Pirate Imp Wolves? Imp Pirate Wolves. Imp Wolf Pirates. Well, Bick, what have you? Okay, you got me. Take my ship. What? Really? I got a ship? I won't be any more bother, I promise. Hey, you actually said more than one thing. Oh, I can't go in here. That's nice. Whoa, I just got a ship! Cool. Where is it?